Hello, minions! It's time for me to answer for what I've done. Let's zoom! Okay, let's get right into this, because I'm running out of hard drive space, and these video files get big. Do you think zebra is white with a black stripe, or do you think zebra is black with white stripe? I'm a nerd, so I looked this up, and the popular scientific opinion is that in fact a zebra is black with white stripes, because zebra hair is actually colored black with pigment, and through a genetic process called selective pigmentation, the white stripes and underbelly of a zebra are caused by a lack of pigmentation in the hair. So, much like a person who has black hair when they get older gets gray hair, is still someone who had black hair but that lost its pigment and turned gray or white, a zebra has black hair, and some of the hair is white so that it blends in and doesn't get eaten by lions. Thought it was a joke, didn't you? But no, I answered that shit. What kind of dogs do you have, and when are you expecting kid number 2? I have 2 dogs. Sarge is a Boston Terrier mix. Lobo, El Lopez Pasado. Lopez, El Lobo Pasado. We name all of our pets after red versus blue characters, by the way. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Rooster Teeth, Cockbite. Lobo is a Husky mix. So Boston Terrier mix, Husky mix. They're both rescue dogs. If I may harp on your heartstrings, I would say don't buy purebred dogs. Go to a rescue society or to a pound and pick yourself up a mixed dog, because they're just as loyal, and you're helping a dog. So plus a lot of those purebred dogs, if they're not if the breeders aren't careful, they inbreed them and then the dogs are unhealthy. Anyway, moving on. Oh, when am I expecting kid number 2? January 23rd is my wife's due date. The doctor thinks it'll probably be a week or 2 early. It's gonna be a boy. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm excited. It's about a month away, maybe less, and it's a little intimidating. Been through it once before, so it's not quite as scary as it was the first time. Yeah, it's exciting. Do a Minecraft Let's Play. I'm not going to probably do a full Let's Play. Well, there's no full Let's Play for Minecraft. The game, well, there is an ending now. Anyway, I will post some Minecraft videos if I do some interesting stuff and talk to you guys with my sultry voice. What type of phone do you have and why? I have an Android. That's the short answer. I have a T-Mobile G1, which I got a while ago, probably close to 2 years now. Back when it was actually newer and nice. Because Apple products are the devil, iOS is terrible, and Android is awesome. I'm not going to get in an Apple fanboy rant here, or diatribe, because I'm not an Apple fanboy. You know, I hate Apple, but a PSA, as a professional software engineer with a degree in electrical and computer engineering, if you spend your money on Apple products, you are wasting your money because they're overpriced for the functionality that they have. So that's the main reason why the smartphone that I chose is an Android. I love Google. They're taking over the world, and it's awesome. YouTube is owned by Google. Gmail, Android. Google's doing everything, and it's awesome. Get an Android phone, especially the newer ones. My wife has a G2X. I'm due for an upgrade soon. She broke her old stupid Motorola Click, which was horrible. A terrible phone. Don't get that. It's outdated now anyway, so you wouldn't, but... so she upgraded to a G2X, which is the fancy new version of my phone, although it's made by a different company. It's just the Google name slapped on it, essentially. That's what G1 stands for. It's the Google phone, but G2X is the new one. So, yeah, Android. That's why. Because I know about electronics. If you could only play one game the rest of your life, what would it be and why? If it's only one game for the rest of my life, then it's not going to be my favorite game. It's going to be the game with the most variety. So I'd have to go with like a Grand Theft Auto, because the Grand Theft Auto games have the most variety of things to do. So I'd have to go with Grand Theft Auto 4 just because it's the newest. Although not Vice City, San Andreas, if it was on a modern console, would be the best. But Grand Theft Auto 5, if you let me wait until it comes out. But, yeah, it's not my favorite game of all time, but it's got a lot of variety, and it would keep me more interested for the rest of my life. And that's why. What was the first game I've ever played? When was the last time I played it? One of my earliest childhood memories is actually the Christmas when we got our NES. And the first game I actually played on it, even though we got the Mario Duck Hunt / cartridge, the first game I actually played on it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 game, which was the console port of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, which got re-released on Xbox Live Arcade as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1989 Arcade. So that's the first game I played, and I've played it very recently because it got re-released on Xbox Live Arcade. I still have my NES, and I still have that cartridge, but it's been decades since I played that. Not decades, I'm only 27. Yeah, still a good game. Check it out, Xbox Live Arcade. What is your opinion on the Occupy movement? I don't want to get on a rant here, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Me and my wife, my family, my extended family have been affected by the poor economy in some ways. For instance, my wife's teaching position at the school she was at last year got completely cut because of budget cuts for the schools, and the new job she got she likes, but we took a serious pay cut for it. So qualifying that as we have been affected by the poor economy, not as much as some people, but I still think the Occupy movement is a waste, and it's a bunch of 20-year-old kids who maybe got joke degrees in college and are surprised they can't get jobs now because they're actually not employable. In a tough economy, the poor employees tend to be, not always, there are exceptions, tend to be the ones who lose their jobs. And those are also the kind of people that tend to be the ones that complain the loudest. And that's what the Occupy movement is a bunch of unemployable people and a few poor downtrodden souls. But the movement itself, it's a movement that started on the internet. How down on your luck are you if you start a movement on the internet through social media? I'm sorry. It's bullshit. I think they need to just shut up, go get a real degree, or make themselves more marketable. Our country is built on a capitalist economy, and yes, the 1%, quote-unquote, control the majority of the wealth in this country, but guess what? They are rich because they own / run companies that employ thousands of people. I work for a major company, one of the largest companies in the United States / the world, and yeah, the CEO, the presidents, the vice presidents, they all make ungodly amounts of money that maybe they're a little overpaid for what they do. They do a lot of work. They deserve a lot of money. Probably not as much as they get. But the companies that they run and that they keep healthy employ people like me. And they employ thousands of people who make decent livings because of this. So you can't hate on the super rich without hating on the fact that they own and run these large corporations that employ tons of people. So it's stupid. It's a stupid movement. Why do chiclets change color when you put them in your butt? Because there's poop up there. And chiclets aren't generally brown that I know of. I don't know. I don't eat chiclets. But all right, here's one for me. Bring it on. Of all the times I've raged on Xbox Live, which moment was the most memorable? Describe it and share your thoughts on what made you so mad. There are two most memorable moments. One is because it's become infamous, my "Are you talking" moment, which I don't remember as much from it taking place, but from kind of how popular and almost mimetic it has become on my channel. And then the one I remember most from it actually happening is that series of videos I posted of me raging at Black Ops, which was just one horrible night of bad luck and bad lag and bullcrap deaths that just completely just drove me out of my mind. The reason I get so mad at games like Call of Duty is they're so lag sensitive sometimes, especially the Infinity Ward ones like Modern Warfare 3. In a game, especially a competitive game, when something happens to you, you die, you lose a gunfight, something happens to you that's bad, that wasn't your fault because it was lag or an overpowered weapon or a perk or death streak that allows you to stay alive after you've already killed somebody, then that pisses me off because it wasn't my fault. And then when 10 of those things happen in really quick succession, as is sometimes the case, which builds to those rage sessions, it gets too much, and I just want to... I've gotten better lately at stopping playing when I do that, but that's because I'm not playing with a group. When I'm playing with a group of people, it's a lot harder to just say, okay, I'm pissed at this game, I quit. You know, you can't just walk away from your friends. But I'm trying to refocus playing with my friends on us talking about random crap and having a good time and not focusing so much on hey guys, let's do what we need to win. That's how we tend to play, but I don't like that that's the focus of the games because that's starting to make us a little more angry. And that anyway, yeah, that's the answer to that question. I'm trying to keep moving here. Let's see what, because I'm capturing this, and wow, the video's already growing. So I just don't want my hard drive to fill up. Okay, I have a background in software engineering. What got me interested? What language? And where did I start? Curious PHP SQL with C++. In high school, my junior or senior year, I forget, I took my first kind of computer science class. Soda. And it was mainly C++. So that's what I cut my teeth on, and that's what really got me got my start into programming. And in college, I actually majored in electrical engineering, electrical and computer engineering. It was at Oklahoma State. It was electrical engineering with the computer option. 2 years after I graduated, they added a proper computer engineering degree. They got it accredited, but so I was a double E with computer option. So I got some exposure to some computer science courses there. I wasn't a computer science major. My junior, senior year of college, something like that, I kind of decided I didn't want to do circuit designs and node voltages and VLSI and IC design, and I basically didn't want to be a double engineer, an electrical engineer by occupation for the majority of my career. So when I graduated, I looked for software jobs because I was at least somewhat qualified. And the great thing about having a degree in engineering or technical field in general is you have more freedom to get a job outside of your degree field, because people see that you were in a difficult degree field and you have a high GPA. If you got a high GPA, I got a pretty good GPA. They see that you know how to learn difficult concepts quickly. I mean, that's what college is learning how to learn. How quickly can you learn difficult things? So if you're getting ready to go to college or worried about your job field, do something that you enjoy, first of all, because if you don't enjoy it, what's the point? But don't take it too easy on your degree field, thinking that just having a college degree is going to get you a job, because in this day and age, it's just not enough. You need a good degree field, and technical degrees of one type or another are the ones that tend to pay the best and have the largest market for hiring. So a little bit there. So when I got out, I decided to look for software engineering jobs. I got a job. I'm a Java developer. I work on web applications, thick client applications, applet servlet stuff, with some SQL through JDBC and scripting stuff, shell, batch, a little bit of Perl, the typical stuff that a programmer runs into on a day-to-day basis. But the applications I work on are Java-based, and I love Java now. It's just I love C++. I still kind of do, but Java is awesome. So if you're kind of want to teach yourself before you start taking formal classes, the Java's a lot more forgiving than C++ is, and way more forgiving than C if you've gone down that dirty road. In electrical engineering, I did a lot of embedded C on integrated circuits and DS picks and stuff like that, and C is mean. I also did some assembly. Don't even. Ooh, man. But yeah, Java's a good language. Do you put beans in your chili? I'm a terrible cook. I don't know how to make chili. My wife makes chili, and no, she does not put beans in our chili. And it's delicious chili. But technically and non-technically, the answer is no, because I don't put anything in chili. I don't know how to make chili, and my wife doesn't when she makes chili. So, do you love me? Yes, I do love you. What do you and Pip look like? See, I pulled up this this picture so you can see. Oh, I already have it open here, don't I? Boom. Man, that's pixely, but that's it must be on an older camera. This picture's about 1.5 years old, I think. We have some relatively recent pictures, but my wife's like 8 months pregnant now, and she probably wouldn't thank me for posting those. I think I've also put on about 10, 15 pounds since this, and this, yeah, I'm a little heavier. Anyway, and our daughter's 3 now. I think she's about 1.5 years in this picture. I'm not making excuses. That's what we look like. I've got plans for a live action video when I hit 2,000 subs, assuming the weather's nice enough to actually get out and do what I want to do. You guys might have an idea what I'm planning, but we'll see. So you might get to see me in motion. Don't look at that. Can we get any Uncharted 3 videos soon? Soon? No, I'm sorry. I could easily switch my PlayStation over to my PVR to capture some Uncharted 3, but then I wouldn't be able to use my Xbox. My Xbox is hooked through my PVR. I have designs that I've put together to make my setup toggle between my PS3 and my 360 so that I don't have to disconnect them. They're connected to separate TVs right now as well, which is a further complication. But I've got a design that works all around all of that. I just haven't had the money to put into place yet. I need about, it's nothing major. I need about $60-$80, but Christmas season, wife, daughter, by the time I do get my PS3 set up for capture, you probably won't want to see Uncharted 3 videos, so I'm sorry about that, but Uncharted 3 is an awesome game. I have beat it already. It's so delicious. But I do still love you, so. Are you going to put more Minecraft videos? Well, I haven't technically really put any other than the question video, so yeah, I'll post some Minecraft videos. I've been so addicted to Minecraft lately. Off and on over the many moons I have been addicted to Minecraft, and it kind of comes and goes like a sickness, but yeah. You going to play any new games? I've got some games I'd like to play. I want to put together a kind of a montage video of some awesome Assassin's Creed moments for you guys. I'm still planning on doing that. And then it's really kind of supply versus demand for what games I'm playing. Honestly, right now I'm playing Modern Warfare 3, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Battlefield 3. So those are the 3 games I'm playing most of the time, and Minecraft. So I'll be posting videos from that stuff. I typically post what I play if it's worth watching, and if it's if it's going to be fun to watch. So when newer games come out, I will post them. There's some games I wasn't able to get because of the rush of games this holiday. So like I want to play Ace Combat Assault Horizon. I want to get Forza 4, and I will play new games when they come out. Am I getting Halo 4? Yes. I'm not as big into the Halo games as I am into modern shooters. And it's not even really the Halo mechanic. It kind of is, but I'm not much into future shooters. I don't really like. I like modern weapons, and it's part of just me as a person. I really enjoy modern firearms. Futuristic weapons don't do it for me. So games like Halo don't hook me as much. But I own every single Halo, and I do love Halo. So of course I'm getting Halo 4. Creepy questions. Show us what you guys look like. I just did that. We demand live stream. I'm working on what it's going to take to set that up. Technically I can absolutely do it. The complication is kind of the way, if you guys watch my old setup video, maybe I'll post a new one soon. I don't sit at my computer when I play, and kind of the best thing about a live stream is interacting with people watching the live stream. So if I'm sitting on my couch playing on my TV, I can't see my computer screen to interact with you guys in the chat. I'm going to figure something out for that, but I will be live streaming at some point. I don't have a lot of free time like most YouTubers do to just do whatever. I do have obligations and a family, so I'll get there, I promise. Consider question 2 a question anyway. I just answered it, so yes. What is your kid's name, and what's Kitty 2 going to be named? Our daughter's name is Evelyn Christine. We call her Evie. And our son, I'm not allowed to disclose that yet. We do have the name picked out. But you guys will know this as you start having kids. If you tell people the name early, there is a high probability they will ruin that name for you. There's also an episode of Scrubs where they address this situation where someone named an ass hamster after something. Someone with it. This is what I would name my baby. And it's like, oh, that's stuck in my head. Now I aim this hamster that got out of someone's butt. Anyway, I've got the name picked out. Our second kid's going to be a boy. We've got the boy name picked out. But you guys don't get to know until the baby's born. You loved Ramble. Statement. Yeah, that's not a question, but hey, this video's already proven that, right? Why would a chiclet be up your butt? Don't ask those kind of questions. Now that is too personal. What color would it be if so? Anyway, brown. Because of the poop, like I mentioned earlier. Been watching your videos for over a year now. Thank you. And like the people below, I think the first thing I've always wanted to know about is what you and your wife look like. Hell, even KJ. I thought about getting a picture of KJ, but it's not my place to disclose his identity. The internet is a perilous place. It wouldn't be too difficult. Actually, no. Fuck that. KJ's got videos of himself posted on his channel. Go to KJ's channel. Go to his YouTube channel. Some of his oldest videos are of him. So go stalk him. What is my educational background? Like I said, I have a bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State University in electrical engineering with a computer option. Military career? No, I was not in the military. I really wanted to join the military from high school. Have a lot of family and friends in the military. And they are the ones that kind of talked me out of joining the military because of my college career. I went to college on a full academic scholarship, and that was the main reasoning behind me not joining the military. But I have a lot of respect for the military because, like I said, my father was in the Air Force. He actually flew OV-10s as a forward air controller in Vietnam. He flew B-52s after that. My wife's dad was a military policeman in the Air Force and a canine trainer. Like I said, lots of family, lots of friends in the military. Love everyone in the military. You guys, I don't know. There's not enough words to say what you guys do for any country. Forget about just the U.S. military. Any military member, the sacrifices that they have to give for their country is admirable, to say the least. So, what do I do for work? I'm a software engineer. That kind of was answered earlier. What is your favorite console game of all time? Oh, that's tough. I don't really have a standout favorite console game as one only game, you know. I have games that stand out, like probably the best single-player game I've ever played was the original BioShock, just because of the narrative. There's an old game that I still keep around from the PS1 called RC Stunt Copter, which is an awesome little RC helicopter sim, which was like made the first time that they released dual analog sticks for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. That's one of my favorite ones. I don't know. The Assassin's Creed games are rapidly becoming some of my favorite games. GoldenEye multiplayer on the N64. I never really gotten a single player on that. A lot of console games. The first first game I played on the original PlayStation was Resident Evil, which was a good game. That series hasn't aged as well as I wish it would have. Yeah, it's hard to pick just one. I've named some good games. Hopefully that's enough. Favorite arcade game of all time. You know, I never spent much time in arcades. But if I had to count them, it would be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, the old X-Men arcade game, or the old Simpsons arcade game. You know, those kind of side-scrolling beat-em-ups. And those were kind of my favorite franchises when I was younger, when I actually, you know, spent some time at arcades. So, yeah, Simpsons, X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, side-scrollers. First video game I played that really hooked me. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 counts as that. I played that a lot. BA, up, down, BA, left, right, BA, select, start. I still know the code for lives on that game. So maybe that's there. RC Stunt Copter is one of those few games that's old that I can really go back to. It's a PS1 game. Also some old PS1 game called Monster Rancher, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, that's, I could go on forever and ever and ever about video games. I've played so many, which I think I'll get to here soon. Is KJ really that angry when he plays FPS, or is it just an act for YouTube? No, it's real. It's what I mentioned earlier, and I am the same way, but here's the thing, is the games where I get really, really pissed, unless they're like completely noteworthy, like that Black Ops one where I posted it, you don't tend to see the ones where I get really, really pissed. I know, it seems surprising because you've seen some ones where I've been really pissed, but the ones where I'm really, really pissed, I tend to not do well, and they're not post-worthy. I may post some of those just because I don't give a shit if you guys think I'm good or not, really. But if it's fun to watch, but sometimes just watching someone scream and yell is not that much fun. It's as entertaining as it can be when it's like a comical pissed off, when you're actually pissed off. It's not as much fun. But yeah, we don't put on an act for YouTube. We are who we are. The camera's just going in the background. Sometimes you forget about it. So, number one movie I can watch over and over again without it getting old. That's tough because my favorite movie of all time, I love The Land Before Time. That's like my favorite child movie of all time, which I used to watch over and over and over when I was a kid. But my favorite actual movie is Man on Fire. That's an awesome movie if you haven't seen it. Great characters, just an amazing movie. But I can't watch it over and over and over again because I don't want to ruin it. So if there was a movie that I really, really liked, but that I can watch over and over again, it would probably be like Boondock Saints or Boondock Saints 2. Both of those movies are awesome. Shooter with Marky Mark Wahlberg is one of my favorites. It's not a movie, but the Band of Brothers miniseries is one of the best miniseries of all time. I like, I like military movies. Goes back to my military mindset. I, love the military. One of my favorite movies recently, Battle for Los Angeles, or Battle Los Angeles, whatever they called it. Good movie. I like that. So, number one over and over again would either be probably one of the Boondock Saints movies or Shooter. I'd have to go with. A-Team, also the new A-Team movie, hilarious. Why do chickens cross the road? The best answer is to get to the other side, but realistically, if it's a male chicken, why do men do anything for ladies? There's got to be a hen on the other side of that road. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a female, it's probably because the man is on the same side of the road, so she's trying to get across the road to get away. So, yeah. Do you like the new YouTube style? I don't. I've started to adjust. The way I've kind of adjusted to the new stream is I go through the list and I scroll all the way down until I find the oldest video that I've seen, and then everything above that I feel like watching, I add to my Watch Now playlist. And then when I've got all the ones I want to watch added, I go through my Watch Now playlist and remove them one by one as I go. But it's such a pain in the ass. The old box layout where here's all the videos you haven't seen from this sub, here's all the videos you haven't seen from this guy, and then you can X them off individually as you watch them. I like that so much better. The actual video page I like a little bit better. I like this kind of cleaner look, but the channel pages and the subscription feed, no thanks. What do I do as a software engineer? I've mentioned that. You guys kind of tell that I beat around the bush. I don't tell you technically who I work for, or specifically what I do, and I don't do anything like top secret. I do have a security clearance, and some of what I do is sensitive. But as a general security guideline for my employment, we shouldn't typically broadcast what we do or who we are. For the off chance, the very rare off chance that there's some sort of terrorist threat, a terrorist would not get anything useful out of me. But out of respect for my job and my career and my employment, I don't go talking about what I do. But I do, like I said, I write Java applications, web apps, thick client apps, database access. For yeah, maybe I'll tell you guys someday if I find out it's a good idea. But yeah, it's fun. I like software development. Yeah, maybe I'll add in some Morgan Freeman background. Why don't I ever return my calls? I don't answer calls from numbers I don't know. I'm sorry, you got to be in my phone book, or I ain't gonna answer. What area code? I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. I gave the flowers to my wife, and I told her they were from me. I'm sorry. Single favorite FPS game of all time, Halo CE. That is an excellent choice. That is up there. The original Halo and the original playing 4-player split screen, or even 8-player system link on the original Xbox Halo on Blood Gulch is one of the best times I've ever had in my entire life. Playing 4-player split screen GoldenEye is up there. Single favorite FPS game of all time. The modern shooters, it's hard to rank them in there. Let's see, FPS. Battlefield 2 is definitely up there. And Battlefield 3 is up there as well, because Battlefield 3 right now is just amazing. And it hasn't been out all that long, so it's hard to put it up there. But man, Battlefield 3 is one of the best FPS games I have ever played. Battlefield 2 is up there. The COD games are good, but they just aren't this. They're like fast food, They're good in small doses, but man, Battlefield is like a steak. It's like an event, When you play it, yeah. Halo CE is an excellent choice. It's up there. That the original Halo is definitely probably in my top 5. I would say, yeah. What game I put the most time into, not including COD and Battlefield? It would probably be the Assassin's Creed games. And it's kind of, maybe it's not fair because it's a series of what are they up to now? Is this the 4th game? Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations. Those 4 games I put a ton of time in. I actually I finished out all the achievements on Assassin's Creed 2. They started putting the multiplayer ones in Brotherhood, so I didn't finish that out, but I think I did almost all the single player ones. But I've spent many hours in Assassin's Creed. I love that series. Halo's also a good series. I've put quite a bit of time in. Since I've been playing that longer, who knows, maybe that's been more time than Assassin's Creed. Yeah, those would probably be the two outside of COD and Battlefield. Turkey versus ham. I'm a ham guy. Yep, definitely. Any chance of an open lobby? There will be. There will be a Modern Warfare 3 open lobby. If there was a good way to do Battlefield 3 one, that would be awesome. But definitely will be a Modern Warfare 3 one, just don't know when. Do you have any old school systems? Oh, don't get me started. You started NES at SNES in 64. I have a Vectrex. I have a ColecoVision. I have an Atari 2600. I've got 4 Atari Lynx. I've got an Atari Jaguar, an Atari Jaguar CD. You want to talk classic video games, man. Honestly, I got most of it from my dad. I inherited most of it from my dad. But played all of them, when he was still around. But yeah, I mean, NES. We kind of skipped the whole, I played the SNES and Genesis games, but we never had one of those consoles. We kind of skipped right over to the original PlayStation. I didn't get an N64 until later on, but I played a lot of it, playing at friends and stuff. But, yeah, man, you want to talk old school video games, I go way back. I go way back. Like I said, when I was a kid, the NES was new. That was the first thing I got. But from there, I went backwards. My dad had a lot of these old classic things. But, yeah, look up the Vectrex. I've got one of those. Given the opportunity, would you kick John Bon Jovi right in the nuts? I do enjoy kicking people in the nuts. No, I don't. That's just mean. And there's probably something inside of this that I don't follow music close enough to know. Just saying, would I kick John Bon Jovi in the nuts? I'd probably say no, just because that's not cool, and I don't have a beef with the guy. But if there's something I don't know about that he did, I'd kick him right in the giblets. I wouldn't even think twice. What do you think of the iPhone 5 versus all others? I touched on this earlier, and I don't want to get too much into it, but I think Apple products are overpriced, and they're a waste of money for people who know anything about, Apple makes all its money marketing its overpriced products to people who don't know much about technology. And that's my professional opinion as a professional software engineer with a degree in electrical and computer engineering. The feature set in the iPhone is not as large as in a lot of other electronics you can get for cheaper, but they have a fancy interface and great marketing, and it gets a lot of hipsters and people who don't know better to buy it. So I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but you've got a chance. You can still get out. Get onto Android. Don't buy anything with an I in front of it, because it'll hook you in. Family Guy, South Park, American Dad. Pick only one. I do not watch American Dad, so that's easy, right off the list. I do watch Family Guy and South Park. Of the two, I've got to pick South Park just because it's the, let's call it the most culturally relevant, because they don't shy away from addressing issues, and the way that they can then turn a serious issue into something completely hilarious and off the wall while at the same time making a serious intellectual point about the situation is just epic. I love Family Guy, but South Park, man. South Park. Definitely South Park. You appreciate it as a kid for the body humor, and as you grow up, you appreciate it for what it really is. Have you seen any of American Horror Story, and what do you think? I have not seen it. Sorry, I might have to look at it. That's the second time I've heard about it recently. Actually, in this last week. Maybe it's worth looking up. I don't know. What is that? I don't even know. I haven't even heard of that. I'll have to look it up. What kind of vehicle do you drive? Currently, we have a 2007 Hyundai Tiburon and a 2010 Hyundai Santa Fe. And those are intellectual decisions from a cost versus reliability basis as a person who's relatively newly out of college and still growing a young family. The car I want is a Subaru WRX STI. My first car ever was a 1991 Subaru Legacy, and I fell in love with Subaru, but I need to be able to afford a new one, and I want an STI really, really badly. So yeah, that's that. I used to have a Kawasaki Ninja 650R motorcycle, but having a daughter, didn't really have a reason to ride anymore, so I sold it. If you have ever shot a gun, what's your favorite gun to shoot? My favorite gun, I haven't shot a ton. Actually, I brought that picture up as well. Boom! These are my guns. My favorite one to shoot is my AR-15. It's this one. This is an Olympic Arms M4A3 style AR-15. I say style because that's not the official model number. M4A3 is the military designation for a model that the military uses, but an M4A3 has an automatic fire mode. This is civilian AR-15. It has only semi-auto and safe. But is the M4A3 style with a 16-inch barrel with the notch cut out here for the M203, just to be consistent with the style. The collapsible carbine style stock, not even the M4 style stock. I'm going to replace that. And the flat top rail with the detachable carry handle right there has got a 6-power mil-dot scope on it. That's my favorite one to shoot. This is my Savage 308 rifle that I put this big daddy optic on. That's an AK-74. I believe it's a Yugoslavian AK-74. It's not a U, for those of you wondering. That's just an AK-74. Although it does have this Dragunov stock on it, which is why I bought it. But yeah, AK-74. Not an AK-47. This shoots the 5.45 by 39 round, not the 7.62. This is fun to shoot. This one's got a problem with the. I think it's got a weak ejector spring or something like that, or maybe there's a dent in the spring housing cover. But I get a lot of stovepipes in it, so it would be a lot more fun to shoot if it didn't have some of those issues. I'm going to be selling it or something. But even if this was 100%, I love the AR-15 more. This is my wife's gun that we're getting ready to sell. It's a 40 caliber Taurus PT-100. This is her 22 caliber Walther P22, which is a fun little gun to shoot. And this is my SIG P226, which right now has the 22 caliber slide conversion on it to keep it affordable to shoot. But I'm going to get a 9mm caliber exchange kit, replace the top slide, get a new magazine, and the same frame will work. So I've shot some other guns beside these. I've shot like an HK USP 45 caliber. I've shot in a Winchester, not a Remington 870 shotgun. I've shot a couple of those, and shotguns are fun to shoot, man. They are a lot of fun to shoot, but I do like the AR-15 better. I do. Maybe this is related to that what I was talking about with the 2,000 subscriber video. What is the meaning of life? I know the answer is 42, but I'm not sure the meaning. For me personally, the meaning of life is being happy, being content. And when I was younger, or even in college before I started dating who is now my wife, I kind of thought the meaning of life for me was going to be professional success and money. But turns out that's not the case. For me, the meaning of life is being happy with my family and raising my children to be good people, better people than me is kind of the meaning of life. I think that should be the meaning of life for us as a human species. Is our goal should be to make sure that our children grow up to be better people than we are. So let's stick with that. Favorite game of all time? I kind of answered this. It's tough to choose. There's not one that sticks out in my mind that's my favorite game ever. How did you come up with the term minions? I don't know. I feel kind of evil sometimes when I do this, like just talking at myself into a microphone, and I kind of tended towards the evil cackle more often, and I wanted something to call you, and one day I was just kind of like, hello minions, and I just stuck with it. Yeah. How about I don't play a bunch of big RPG games. I just not because I wouldn't like them, but because I have a limited amount of hours to spend on games, and games like Fallout, Skyrim, those Mass Effect, those kind of big, awesome games. I would rather put 60 to 80 hours into Battlefield and Call of Duty than I would into a game like that, just personally. I will be putting together an Assassin's Creed video, but yeah. Amazed when you found a woman that likes to play video games. I didn't find a woman that likes to play video games. I found a woman and slowly weaned her on to playing video games. Getting her to play any kind of video game, i.e. The Sims, was the gateway drug, and then playing some friendly, two-player split-screen competitive Halo matches, just letting her chase me around and shoot me, and kind of playing the cat and mouse thing, because if you're playing video games with a girl and you just stomp her 40 to nothing, she's never gonna want to play with you again, So. And then from there, growing into cooperative killing and zombies, because we got to talk online with our friends. And once she got comfortable with that, it was one small step into competitive multiplayer. So I'm very lucky that my wife likes video games, but when I met her, she definitely didn't play video games. Although when she was younger, she can actually beat Sonic legit with no like cheats or extra lives all the way through, which I find very impressive. She played that a lot as a kid, so that to me is really impressive. She can play the original Sonic all the way through, no cheats. What gun would you like to shoot if you could shoot any gun in the world? I really want to shoot a 50 cal sniper rifle. I really do. I think that would be awesome. If I could shoot any gun in the world, I think I would really want to shoot a nicely designed and upgraded sniper rifle with like a 338 Lapua round at like a mile. Like, I think that would be a ton of fun. I would love to shoot every gun in the world. Those would be my top. When it comes to shooting guns, my favorite thing about it is marksmanship, and not necessarily just the destructive thrill of making things go boom. I love the marksmanship aspect of firing. That's why I prefer rifles over handguns, and that's why I love my AR-15. So if I had to pick a gun, it would definitely be a long-range rifle. But I love guns. I would love to shoot every gun in the world. What hand does an unstir coffee with? This has got to be a riddle. I don't know. It sounds like it could be dirty. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? That's tough. Just one thing? I would want everyone who is a religious fanatic to realize that the purpose of religion is to make people better, not to make them right. That seems kind of deep, I think. Religion shouldn't divide people. It should make them strive to be better people. And a lot of the problems in the world right now are caused by religious ideologies clashing, when really people should just try to be good and not try to be right. Have you shot the FN-57 in real life? No, I have not. Does your house look like the one on the video? It's full of... Yes, it's full of rocks and stone and chest. No, it doesn't look like the one in the video. I have not shot the FN-57 in real life. I have shot several different guns, but nope, not that one. Favorite game of all time and why? Yeah, sorry, I don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I'll have to do a relative compare and come up with a video for that, so I can pick a #1 winner. Hey, that's me. How did we meet? Man, that's a long story. And why made you start posting YouTube videos? We actually went to the same high school, but didn't meet till college. We met through mutual friends. So that's the short answer for how we met. May have to do a separate video for the whole love story. Why did I start posting YouTube videos? Because I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I thought something was missing. There was a lot of gameplay and commentary, but my favorite thing about playing video games, especially online games, has always been talking with my friends, and I felt like the conversations I had with my friends was one of the most entertaining things. I started a YouTube channel just to kind of archive those so that I could even watch them back. And it kind of grew from there. So I started posting YouTube videos because I thought there weren't enough people emphasizing how fun video games could be, especially if you play with friends, and there were way too many people out there talking about how good they were. Holy crap. I'm almost done. Okay, last two. What do you think about the current economical state? I think it sucks, but anyone who's taken economics, especially at a collegiate level, micro and macroeconomics, realizes that there is a natural business cycle in the capitalist economy that is the United States and the world that repeats every 4 to 8 years, and that's what we're in right now. It'll turn around. It's just the way it works. I think the current economical state is hilarious, considering the platform some current politicians named Obama ran on about how badly quote-unquote Republicans named Bush screwed up the economy, and yet he's driven us into a financial debt hole. But here's the interesting thing about the economy that a lot of people don't realize, and the United States government in general, is that the president doesn't have as much control as people like to think he does. The president takes a lot of flack for the state of the country, and rightly so. But at the end of the day, he doesn't make all the decisions. You know, there's a House of Representatives and a Senate for a reason, and you know, the way our government is set up, everybody is a little bit responsible. So yeah, I hope it turns around. People don't deserve to suffer. Will the world change for the better or disappear as a civilization? That's a good question. If the people in charge were people who didn't want to be in charge, I think the world would end up being a better place. The problem with politicians is everyone who goes into politics is someone who wants power, and those are the very people that shouldn't have any power and shouldn't be in control. That's a good question. I think we're going to find out in the next couple hundred years which answer it's going to be. We're going to have some awesome technology that some really stupid people are going to have control of, so we'll see how that goes. Do you drink beer? If yes, which is fair. I do drink beer, not regularly, but I do drink on the occasion. My favorite one is a 6-point not Heineken, a 6-point Rolling Rock. Regular Rolling Rock, I don't know, I don't like it as much, but 6-point Rolling Rock, probably one of the best ones I've ever had. Being in Colorado, it's a big brewery state, so people can be really into beer around here. If I was one of those people, I'd have a better answer for you, but I'm not big into beer. But the fondest memories of beer that I have are with that 6-point Rolling Rock. Those were some good times. What are the specs of my PC? There. Yeah, I could bring up my DX Diag stats, but AMD Phenom 2, X4 945, 3 GHz quad-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 64-bit Windows 7. I have a 1 gig NVIDIA graphics card. I forget the exact model number, but if you want the actual specifics, I can get them to you. But that's the basics. Country would you like to visit the most? I've been to Japan. I've been to Costa Rica. Those would be one of my, up there on my favorite to visit. I want to visit Italy, and that's mainly because I'm a giant Ferrari fanatic, and I would love to go to the Ferrari factory and get a tour. Yeah, there's a lot of places I would love to go, but right now on the top of my list would definitely probably be Italy. I'd love to go to the UK as well, and in my job I may end up going there at some point on a business trip, but I did love Japan. It would probably be up there as well if I hadn't already been. Costa Rica is a slum if you're not in the touristy parts, just so you know. But the touristy parts are really nice. Is the bromance with KJ still alive? No, he actually got a girlfriend, so I don't talk to him anymore. It happens. There's the whole cliched bros before hoes, but when you're in a new relationship, that goes out the window, especially when you're getting the woo-woo. Feel free to skip any of my questions. Damn it! I didn't do that. Why did you put that last? I would have skipped all of them. Son of a bitch. Alright. What's my favorite supercar? I told you I'm a giant Ferrari fanatic, so the easy answer for me, actually, my favorite Ferrari that was counted, it was basically a supercar at the time it was released, is the 1984 Ferrari 288 GTO. If I had a few $1 million lying around, I think you can get one for like $2 million nowadays. That's what I would get. The Enzo is obviously what people are thinking about modern supercars. The easy answer for a lot of people, I think, would be something like the Bugatti Veyron or what's that fancy new Celine? Not the S7, but the newer one. The Lamborghini Rebenton, spelled with a V, pronounced with a B, is another cool-looking car. But I got to go with Ferraris, and if I go with kind of the lineage of Ferrari supercars going backwards from the Enzo. Enzo, Ferrari F50, Ferrari F40, and the Ferrari 288 GTO. So by modern standards, the 288 GTO isn't even all that great a car, but yeah, that's got to be my answer. Why are we so awesome? We're not. We're just regular people, and I think that's maybe what's awesome. Soda is that we're just regular people, and we don't hide that. We don't try to pretend to be people that we're not. There's some of the most successful people on YouTube are the people who are who they are, and that's what grabs them an audience. Some of the people who are really successful are people who try to be something they're not, or anyway. I like to think the answer of why we're so awesome is because we're just who we are and we don't try to be someone else. Is there a YouTube channel you just have to check out regardless of how little time you might have in a day? I guess the answer is no, because one's not jumping to mind. I do watch a lot of YouTube, and who I have pinned kind of cycles around. Recently, no one's really been putting out anything that I just can't stand missing, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot of good stuff out there that's worth watching. But no, there's really not anything that I can't stand. I can't stand to miss. Yeah. Sorry, that may not be a great answer, but yeah, I do always like to rewatch my videos after I post them. Like I said, a big part of the reason I post to my channel is because I enjoy watching the videos as well. But I always watch my videos after I post them. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's my my narcissistic answer is that yes, I have to watch my channel every time I post something. I do watch a lot of channels. I'm specifically trying not to name drop. If there was one that I really absolutely could not stand to miss, I would drop the name for you right now. But no one's really at that point for me right now. So I won't say anyone. Well, I got through this. It's going to be a long video, but yeah, I hope that that answered your guys' questions to your satisfaction. I love satisfying you guys, if you know what I mean. And yeah, continue to put feedback on my videos. Channel direction is, excuse me, wow, largely derived from you guys. So whenever you guys tell me what you like, what you want to see, that helps me know what I should be doing. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm done talking to you for now. Oh, see you later.